So let's say a child is very bad with homework. If there's something that they do not like and sustained attention is needed for something, the focus drops immediately.
How will a parent understand that the child has this problem?
So they come and they say कि बहुत hyperactive है, बहुत impulsive है. ADHD is something जहाँ पे it is not something कि एकदम से बच्चा develop कर रहा है. They are born with it. Schools are not accepting ADHD kids. So they just label him as an indisciplined kid and then blame the parents. And then parents come back to the school and then they blame them.
Hi everyone, I'm Kanika from Mind Peers, back to another episode of Beyond the Couch. Today, this special segment I want to say is for young parents and kids. Why do I say that? Because we are talking about a much rising concern, neurodivergence. I'm not exaggerating, but literally every week I'm meeting parents who are saying that, हमारी kids को कुछ learning disorder हो रहा है, कुछ ऐसा न्यूरो डाइवर्जेंट इश्यू हो रहा है, हमें पता नहीं चलता है, ट्रीटमेंट ठीक नहीं मिल रहा है, स्कूल्स हमको प्रॉब्लम दे रहे हैं. आई वांट us to today understand what and how the journey towards this should look like, what exactly is neurodivergence. And that's why today I have Bhumika with me. She's with Mind Peers. She's a clinical psychologist specialist in neurodivergence and ADHD as well. Bhumika, welcome to Beyond the Couch. Super excited to talk to you today. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited too. And thank you, Kanika, for letting me here.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure. So, Bhumika, we'll start with something on you. Tell me who is Bhumika. Tell me a bit about your qualifications, your specialities, so that the audience knows that, this is what you excel in.
Sure. So I am a clinical psychologist with an active RCI license, and I've been treating people with an experience of 5 years. And I have worked with the diverse population from young adults to adolescents, and like we are talking about neurodivergence today. So yes, that is also a very vital role that I have been helping parents and students and schools also.
Yeah, you work with schools
Yes.
also. You're working with Mind Peers also.
Yes.
Also, to tell you guys that Bhumika mostly takes care of our corporate clients. But of course, like I said, neurodivergence a lot to do with that. Bhumika, let's get right into it, okay?
Sure.
So, इतना हम सुन रहे हैं न्यूरोडाइवर्जेंस के बारे में, क्या है, what is neurodivergence?
Let's break the term into two. So it is neurological and then diverse, right?
Okay.
So anything that is not neurotypical, it is neurodivergent. Simple as that.
What is neurotypical?
Yes. So it is the common baseline. I'm coming to it. So neurodivergence, where a person's or a child's brain functioning, memory, or you can say sensory perception, learning, thinking is not, aligning with the baseline, which usually is a marker of for neurotypical.
बेसलाइन में क्या हुआ, मतलब हम बेसलाइन को कैसे डिफाइन कर रहे हैं?
So let's say there is a population and everybody is reaching their milestones at a certain point.
Okay.
Right? Let's say a 3 months needs to crawl, or maybe a child in he's reaching the developmental milestones on time.
Okay.
But if a person or let's say a toddler is not walking by 1 year,
हाँ.
there could be a reason the brain is wired differently.
हाँ, so that is not neurotypical. हम
Yeah,
उसमें कहते हैं
that
वो
is
neurodiverse
neurodivergent
हो
है.
गया है. हाँ,
Yes.
okay. ठीक है. So now it makes sense. So you're saying learning, rationalizing things, thinking, all of that जो सारे develop.
How they sense their perceptions.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything comes into neurodiversity because their brain is wired differently. So it is not a disorder, but it is a variety. It's a variation.
It's a variation.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now, Bhumika, tell me, ADHD is a form of neurodivergence. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So explain us what that is.
This comes under neurodiversity.
Okay.
ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Before it was known as attention deficit disorder, which was ADD.
Okay.
Then there is autism spectrum.
Okay.
There is dyslexia, graphia, calculia. All these things come under neurodivergence.
And हम ज़्यादा ADHD के बारे में आजकल सुनते हैं.
Yes.
Dyslexia also, I think a lot of audiences got educated about dyslexia because of that movie Tare Zameen Par.
Yeah, because there was a learning thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So now भूमिका अब इसके कोर में जाते हैं थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? ADHD क्या होता है? कैसे पता चलता है किसी को ADHD है?
Sure.
कैसे हमें how do we come to know that okay a child has ADHD? What are the early signs we are talking about? And होता क्या है उसके अंदर? Could you throw some light on that?
Yeah, sure. So let's first understand what ADHD is.
Yeah.
So, like the name suggests, it is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Okay.
Okay. So now DSMs and ICDs, they have broader spectrum on that.
What is DSM and ICD?
Okay, that is diagnostic manual.
Okay. Clinical psychologist use करते हैं?
Yes.
तो okay.
Even child psychiatrists or normal psychiatrists also use it for diagnosis.
Okay.
Right? And then again, ICD is the same. Given now, they have given the milder versions also in the DSM.
ठीक है.
Because it has been updated.
ठीक है.
And they have added a lot of information there. And now ADHD comes up where, let's say, there is a child is not able to focus on something. There is inactivity. There is attention deficiency in the child.
ठीक है.
Right? Or a child is very hyper-focused, let's say.
Hyper-focus कैसे होते हैं भूमिका?
I'll tell you. So let's say a child is very bad with homework, but spends 3 hours straight in a Lego.
Ah. Okay.
Because the brain needs stimulation.
Okay.
If the child's brain is, craving for the stimulation and the interest is developed, they can hyper-focus straight for 3 hours. But if there's something that they do not like and sustained attention is needed for something, the focus drops immediately with the kids.
Nice. Finally, someone is explaining this so well कि कैसे होता है और हाइपर फोकस पे मैं हमेशा कंफ्यूज होती थी बिकॉज अगर हम कह रहे हैं द चाइल्ड इज नॉट एबल टू फोकस ऑन वर्क
Yeah.
but they're hyper focused and so this Lego example that you used beautifully brought that out. Now child में ये डिटेक्ट करना डायग्नोस करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. It's very difficult to say कि एनर्जी कितना है क्या है. So tell me how should a parent navigate it? How will a parent understand
Okay.
that the child has this problem?
Right. So let's take with the example of a parent who is actually, struggling with the kid.
Okay.
Okay. So they come in, they say कि बहुत hyperactive है,
बहुत
impulsive है, बच्चों को मारता है, बिल्कुल भी कमांड या फिर बात नहीं सुनता है. Right? The child is not at all, paying attention, is forgetting things, is losing things, is somewhere, not good with peers, not good with grades, academically decline हो रहा है. So these many things.
अच्छा.
So the parents are coming in with this. So let's say there are many factors which could, influence these things. Environmental factors भी हैं. There are biological factors also.
Explain
And
करो.
ADHD is something जहाँ पे let's say more of it is not something कि एकदम से बच्चा develop कर रहा है.
अच्छा.
Yeah, there is a biological factor behind it.
Dominance is because of biology.
Yes,
Are you saying they're born with it?
they are born with it.
Okay.
Because neurodiversity is there. So your brain is wired that way. So you've been born like that.
तो ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा कि someone was not born with it, but maybe they developed it because of the situations. ऐसा होता है? या rare?
So far, it's very rare. But yeah, I haven't seen any case because there will be prenatal issues. Or maybe there will be issues where, let's say, after delivery issues, like postnatal issues. Right? Or maybe the issues related to environmental factors. So everything influence in the upbringing and the development of the child.
तो ये गलत हुआ ना यार. हम कितना ब्लेम करते हैं कि टू आवर किड्स, टू चिल्ड्रन कि यार ये सीख नहीं पा रहा है, ये लर्न नहीं कर पा रहा है. और उसमें हमें वी आर नॉट रियलाइजिंग दैट इट्स नॉट द किड्स मिस्टेक, इट्स प्रोबेबली अ कंडीशन दैट द किड हैज बीन बोर्न विद. लाइक I don't know if I had it or have it or no, but my parents were not that aware that hey, this kind of thing exists, or we should look at going and getting this diagnosed. But now that awareness somewhat is increasing. Correct?
Yeah, there is neurodiversity movement also, if you're aware about it.
No, I don't. Tell us more.
Yeah, so neurodiversity movement is approaching to the inclusion criteria, where they are bringing up approaches where they can include neurodiverse minds, and they are bringing up, proposals to involve such a place where at a workplace or a school or an office setting or homes, and they're creating a system to welcome all the kinds of minds.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not about fixing them, but welcoming them, including them to the system.
I like that phrase, not fixing them.
Yeah.
So just going back to our earlier point, Bhumika, आप बता रहे थे कि early signs कैसे पता चलते हैं, right? You talked about कि कहाँ पर वो मतलब signs जो था, then how do parents come to know about it? So maybe just continue.
So I just walked you through the symptoms.
Correct.
The parents might, they come across
ठीक है.
or they are dealing with.
ठीक है.
Right? So after that, if it is persisting for like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 3 ways. First is pattern,
Okay.
then persistence,
Okay.
and then the how it is, affecting.
Okay.
So these 3 things a parent need to keep in mind.
Okay.
So they need to recognize the pattern of the kid. With ADHD, the kid who is facing the issue, it is not a selective place. It
Okay.
has to be everywhere the kid is, involved. Then you need to see how persistent it is. Is it across the settings, or is it just at one place?
Okay.
Right? And then we need to see how it is affecting the kid.
Got it.
The performance of the kid.
Got it.
And how difficult it is getting with the kid.
Do parents come to know about it? Or do schools get to know about it? Like teacher को पता चल रहा है? How have you seen in your experience? What is the synergy like? Does the teacher say कि अच्छा ये कुछ ऐसा है? Or who's getting to know this first?
Honestly speaking, with no filters, but nobody is. Nobody is trying to know it. In schools, I have actively worked with school, and there they actually mark it as a indisciplined kid. They label the kid. काम नहीं करके आ रहे हैं, very distracted, impulsive है, or you can say the kid is not working well, or maybe not working well with other kids, not gelling up with the peers, or let's say not doing academically very good. So they just label him as an indisciplined kid and then blame the parents. And then parents come back to the school and then they blame them. So that is what it is.
Cycle चल रहा है.
Yes.
And I think the kid is getting caught up in these. Kid को कोई नहीं समझ रहा है.
Yes, that is happening.
So Bhumika, are we saying that in schools there is a lot of work to be done? Honestly,
Yeah.
from a
Definitely. See, the NEP policy.
What is NEP?
It is National Education Policy.
Okay.
Right? So in 2020, they have, given this that every CBSE school should have a counselor. Right?
Okay.
And then there is IEP program. IEP program is Individual Education Program.
Okay.
It is for neurodivergent people.
Okay.
So any child who is going through neurodivergency, if detected, they have all the rights to go to the school with all the papers, and then they can claim this IEP for them in a way where they'll get personal tuitions, personal classes, extra time, everything will be provided.
होता है ये actually में?
ये होता नहीं है. Schools do not bring this to the parents that it is something there.
And जितना मैंने देखा, because we work with some school clients, in fact university clients also, because early ADHD not treated, वो फिर adulthood में भी परेशान करता है, right? So the schools that we work with, and I want to praise them because they feel that the internal counselors that they've had, वो budgets and all की वजह से they are not checking quality, they are not checking credibility.
Yeah.
Tell me, ये decision making कैसे हो रही है? What basis?
What is happening here is the student and teacher ratio is really messed up.
Okay.
Overcrowded classrooms. Children are not being paid attention at. जिसके ऊपर ध्यान देना चाहिए, they are not even able to do it, because in a class there are 40 students sitting and only one teacher to cater them. Then if by chance, let's say they have a counselor and they are, detecting it, okay, this kid needs extra help, they will not accept it. And now I've also read it somewhere that schools, maybe a newspaper clipping or something, schools are not accepting ADHD kids.
Yes, there is a huge discrimination. So
Yeah.
very valid point that you've brought out, and I just want to add to it. So I have a close friend. I met them in Singapore, and this is not just India. I want to tell this to everyone. ये globally बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है. So in Singapore, their daughter, they did not diagnose and they had to go through a very struggleful journey because उनको पता ही नहीं चला कि daughter को ADHD है. And as soon as it was diagnosed, the school said, we're not going to retain the child.
Yeah.
And ये इंडिया में भी हो रहा है. Schools में we have so many clients, individual clients of ours, parents who are saying कि हमारे बच्चे को वो स्कूल से निकालने का बात कर रहे हैं.
Because teachers do not have that information how to handle a neurodivergent brain. They are not equipped with it. So what I want is कि in schools, at least if they can't hire a counselor, at least you give workshops to the teachers or the staff where they can, include those variety of brains in the classroom and nurture them. Because they see it as a problem, but honestly speaking, these people have superpowers.
Give me an example. Why do you say that?
A person who is neurodivergent, they can hyper focus on one thing, like I just mentioned. Then they can channelize their energy if they are, given positive reinforcement or they are treated well. Or maybe they have given, let's say we give them small tasks, we manage time for them, they'll do it amazingly.
Okay, so we talked about school ka roles, teacher ka role, and like we talked about awareness workshops. Now let's shift gears to parents, because ultimately parents are the ones jinko itna concern hota hai. They are the ones who are struggling with this the most.
Yeah.
Tell me, what should the journey of a parent who has probably a neurodivergent kid who has not been diagnosed, what should that journey look like? What is the step 1? What should be step 2, 3? Throw some light on that.
Sure, I'll take you through because you don't feel lost with
Yeah.
So first things is I'll start with what they cannot do. Do not rely on anybody who is thinking ki they'll fix the kid in 7 days. The ADHD will be fixed in a month. It is nothing like that. It can be regulated. It cannot be erased. Other thing is, I do understand parents start to blame themselves because of the society. Right? They say कि बच्चा ऐसे बिहेव कर रहा है, मम्मी की गलती हो गई, पापा ध्यान नहीं देते हैं. So these things happen, right? So what they do is they blame themselves. They think it's the parenting fault, or is it me? Please don't do that. Whatever is happening is because the brain is wired differently. It is as simple as, let's say everybody has a different body type, everybody has a different brain type. How simple as that. So what parents need to do is they should start seeing to a developmental pediatrician.
Okay.
Can go to a child psychiatrist, can go to a clinical psychologist.
Okay.
Right? Get the diagnosis done if they feel so. They also need to see, okay, there are some people who just see the kid and they'll give the medications. It doesn't work that way as well. First, you need to see how they are diagnosing the kid. Are they using valid scales like CBCL, which is the Child Behavior Checklist?
Okay.
Or they are using corners.
Okay.
These are the scales to use. Then other than that, if they are taking good history of the kid,
Okay.
developmental history, have the milestones reached at the right point, prenatal, postnatal history of the kid,
Okay.
even working on the family history, or they can go through the family tree. So parents these days are really smart. But when it comes to kids, they follow whatever comes.
Because fear na.
So that is why they need to be very vigilant on this. Say they went to a psychiatrist, उन्होंने बोला कि हाँ ये symptoms हैं, and then they give the medications. It's a collaborative approach with the kid. Everything has to be included in it. It has to be across the settings. Not only at home, the information should not be only given by the parents, but by the teachers as well. Because they stay for long 6 hours in school, and it has been seen that's the social connection how they built there. In fact, teachers know better than parents sometimes. they'll tell more behavior issues are there or anything that they face. The diagnosis is done while taking the checklist from all the settings.
Okay.
From the social settings, from the school settings, from the home settings and everything. And
Right.
then comes to a conclusion.
Okay.
There has to be behavioral therapy.
Okay.
There are times when they say, okay, थेरेपी की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है, दवाइयों से ठीक हो जाएंगे. ये दवाइयों से ठीक नहीं होगा because you cannot erase it. What you can do is, sometimes I have heard it with there was a female with ADD and she took medications and it fired depression in them. उनकी hyperactivity आप कम कर रहे हो, attention deficit आप उस पे वो कर रहे हो, and then that is increasing their depressive state.
So some do's and don'ts while that process is going on from your perspective, from your psychologist.
Definitely, because a child is like a sponge, so it absorbs everything you tell them, right? They believe you, whatever you tell them. So if you're telling them that you're not good at maths, they'll believe it. Their mind will start believing it and eventually they'll fail. So you need to be very positive with the kids. You need to be very patient. You need to, behave in a way where they'll model you. If you'll be impulsive in front of them, there is no, way out of it. You have to be very positive. Point when there is a positive reaction from the kid, or maybe a well-behaved reaction from the kid. Instantly, you need to reinforce it. So give a reward to it. Let's say you are commanding anything to them. Break it for them. One task at a time. Do not overwhelm them. Another thing they can add up is structuring the day for them. If they'll have a fixed slot to do something, their brain will be structured. Their brain will be, focused in a way कि yes, अभी ये कर लिया, अभी ये करना है मुझे. So they'll be not all over the places.
What is the outcome that a parent can expect from behavioral therapy? Because you said that, look, something like ADHD cannot be erased. It cannot be reversed. But we are saying that the symptoms can get better.
Yes.
So एक successful journey, behavioral therapy की जो journey चलती है, one, how long could that be? And two, what are the outcomes you are expecting from it?
Okay, so I'll start with a little example for you, which I have treated a 7-year-old with ADHD.
Nice.
So the kid was very impulsive.
Okay.
And couldn't sit at one place.
Okay.
So in behavioral therapy, what we can expect is, if the child is attention deficit, so in every 10 minutes, let them go, drink some water in the school setting and let them come back.
Okay.
And you'll see the change in them. Kids are very adamant, not behaving well, give them rewards to behave well. It is not a quick fix, but you tell them that you need to gain it. So what we did with that kid was, he said that I'm not going to write an exam, and then he was throwing all the tantrums. So in that class setting, I asked his class teacher to give him rewards at reading. So we made a reward box for him. So it was a mysterious box. So curiosity is generated there. What is there in the box? Right? So we told him ki, let's say you have 5 subjects. After every subject, you'll get a smiley. 5 smileys is equal to 1 reward box. So we gave him smiley on the hand every day. He used to be very happy because he earned it. Then after 5 smileys, he opened the box. And now he is more curious what would be in the next box. So this is a part of behavioral therapy. And now the child is blooming. He writes exams. Now he talks nicely and he behaves nicely in the class.
Like, for my understanding, right? And excuse me, because I'm not a clinical person, right? So from a general user perspective, क्या हम ये कह रहे हैं कि now that 7-year-old, जो issues थे, वो resolve हो गए हैं या फिर वो हमें navigate करने आ गए हैं?
वो हमें navigate करने आ गए. So we need to psychoeducate the parents as well as the kid.
तो आउटकम ये है कि हमने उस बिहेवियरल थेरेपी से उनको वो सॉल्यूशंस दिए जिससे वो नेविगेट कर सके.
Yes. So they can manage the negative impacts, channelize it to something positive.
Right.
That is behavioral.
So that the functioning becomes better.
Yeah. So they can adapt well. They can go well with peers. They can perform well. They can regulate their emotions well. So if everything is functioning well, then we have included already that neurodiverse kid in the class there.
Got it. Now I'm going to ask you a difficult question. This question is, आपने समझाया कि, specialized ways when someone is going through ADHD or any, let's say, learning disorder. Bhumika, in your opinion, do you think there should be separated classes for people who are labeled as ADHD? Do you think that will work?
No. There should be specific teachers. There should be equipped staff to include everybody in under one roof. Right? If we'll keep the labeled kids in another classroom, it's again, what are they going to feel? What other children will feel about them? Right? Because the age group is same. If the kid is labeled, the other kids do not know about them. So they might, create a peer pressure on them, or maybe they'll feel that they are different. They have nothing to do about it. They do not know about it. They do not know about the variety.
I ask you this question because this friend I'm referring to, they are going through major discrimination in the school. Now the child is, I think, 14 years. And the child still feels that I'm different than the other kids.
Yeah.
And it's majorly because the teacher calls out that fact कि आप थोड़ी different हो बाकियों से. What would you have to say about it?
I think all I need to add for this is for the teachers, for the management, and for the, education, all they need to do is to involve everybody. Actually, somebody who is a provider, they should know how to provide well. The inclusion criteria should be that way. So they should know how to treat a person or a child. Your brain and my brain are not similar, right? So यहाँ पे भी diversity है. So the same thing is with the kids. So the kids, the stigma should be removed. They should be normalized. They should be treated like, okay, this is happening and this is how the kid is. Acceptance should be there for the kids.
Got it.
And this will only come when the system, they try to work towards it.
Exactly. I agree. I know it's a vast topic. A lot can be discussed, and this is where once this comes out and you all watch it, or maybe you're watching it right now, we want you to put in comments what more would you like to ask us, or would you like us to discuss around neurodivergence, especially in kids, parent relationships, school relationship, and things like that. I have one last question from my side, Bhumika. It's a bit different because today we talked about neurodivergent kids and parents. Is adult ADHD a thing?
Yeah, of course.
पर अभी आपने स्टार्टिंग में बोला कि यू आर born with it. हो सकता है I'm not born with it and मुझे adulthood में अब वो develop हो रहा हो.
When you're not diagnosed in childhood, it comes up as adult.
So जो हम बात करते हैं very layman language कहते हैं कि social media की वजह से अब आजकल adult ADHD हो रहा है because you're switching too much, you can't focus on work, stress and burnout की वजह से adult ADHD develop हो रहा है. That's a wrong terminology then?
It's triggered.
So it was there,
Yeah.
but now an external symptom has happened and it has triggered.
Because there are environmental factors that influence it.
Okay. Why is it on a rise now?
We have a very stagnant lifestyle. We're not doing anything. Even in the schools, let's say, education system has changed. I'll tell you, I go for the class sessions in 11th and 12th, and they literally beg me, please let us go to the playground. They're not allowed to go to the playgrounds. They are adults, right? They are around like 17, 18. And then they'll be going to the colleges. So that hyperactivity, they cannot channelize their energies. They're not allowed to. And then a lot of academic pressure. Again, they do not have time for themselves.
All right, with that, we're almost towards the end. But like I said previously, if there is more that you would like to hear on, ask us, please put it on the comments or reach out to us and we'll definitely make more videos, especially with Bhumika. Bhumika works with MindPeers, RCI registered clinical psychologist and specializes in this. And I also want to include that just very specifically for parents and kids, we have come out with a neurodivergence program end-to-end, which includes diagnosis, it includes workshops, it includes one-on-one counseling. So if interested in getting to know more about it as a parent, as a teacher, or even as an organization, more than happy to share the details. And Bhumika, thank you so much for doing this. I'm always excited to hear from you. And also, I forgot to mention, you can book sessions as well,
Yeah.
one on one. I think that just brings me just one more quick question, Bhumika. Should parents ideally be coming along with their kids for these one on one sessions?
Yeah, I think that'll be a great idea because parents are the caregivers,
Huh.
right? They need to know what is going on.
Got it. So generally,
So,
hota hai.
yeah, so it happens, let's say we are working with the kid, but we are working with the parents itself. So that is why I mentioned that it's a collaborative approach.
Got it.
Yeah.
Great. With that, thank you again. Thank you for listening in Beyond the Couch. This was all about neurodiversity, parents, kids, and a lot more ahead. Look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.